Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we will be discussing cancelled cameos and storylines in the MCU Part 3. In the previous videos in this series we talked about the Infinity Saga as well as the 2021 Marvel Multiverse Saga projects. However, in today's video we're going to be talking about every 2022 and 2023 Marvel project. Before we get into everything, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe in order to be entered into the Marvel Funko Pop giveaway, which is ending May 1st. Also, stay tuned towards the end for a quick channel update. Now, without further ado, let's jump into this juicy stuff. Moon Knight. Early on during the film's pre-production stage, the Eternals were going to make an appearance. During this cutscene, the Eternals were going to team up with the original Moon Knight, Arthur Harrow, to defeat some random supernatural creature. This sequence was cut because it was going to be really expensive to film. In an earlier draft of the script, Echo was going to appear and she was going to be Mark and Steven's original love interest. Ultimately, the writers cut her out because they believed she fell out of place. The director of the show, Mohamed Diab, begged Marvel Studios to let him use Hulk in the show. Marvel reportedly thought about it, but they eventually decided against it due to budget constraints. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. There's a lot with this crazy film. The original lineup for the Illuminati consisted of Captain Carter, Captain Marvel, Ironmonger, and Balder the Brave. The original opening scene of Multiverse of Madness picked up immediately after WandaVision. In this cut sequence, Wanda was peacefully studying the Darkhold in her cabin until 616 Mordo appears and attempts to kill her. As a result, Wanda decapitates him. Sarah and Rintrah originally had bigger parts in the film, but their roles were heavily reduced due to time constraints. During one of these cutscenes, it was going to be revealed that Wong's girlfriend/lover is Sarah. Wanda was going to kill random innocent people during a cutscene of the film. Elizabeth Olsen told Sam Raimi that she didn't really like this scene and that she believed it didn't really fit Wanda's character. Raimi listened to her and the scene was scrapped. I personally gotta agree with Elizabeth Olsen on that one. Wanda killing innocent people would have just felt a little out of place. But she did kill Mr. Fantastic, so. There were 33 different drafts/scripts of Multiverse of Madness written. That is just crazy in my opinion. I wonder if those scripts will get leaked someday on the internet, because I'd like to kind of read those. Next up, in Scott Derrickson's version of Multiverse of Madness, which almost got made, Nightmare was going to be the villain, and the movie was going to be more horror-focused. Christine was also going to become Clea from the comics, and she was going to join Steven on his battle through the multiverse. Derrickson also begged Marvel to let him use the R rating. The two ultimately disagreed about a lot of things, and the two went their separate ways. Originally, there was a flashback sequence that showed Stephen Strange's sister dying on the ice. This was cut due to time constraints. In the first ending of the film, Wanda was simply going to fly away rather than getting crushed by rocks. This was changed because Elizabeth Olsen reportedly told Marvel Studios that she wasn't 100% sure that she was going to come back to the role of Wanda Maximoff following the Multiverse of Madness. She legally doesn't have to come back because her contract ended with Doctor Strange 2. Let's pray to God she comes back for Avengers 5 and Secret Wars and all that. Thor: Love and Thunder. Jesus Christ was going to appear during the Zeus gods meeting scene. If this scene wasn't cut, then I truly think this scene would have been the death of Marvel Studios. Having Jesus in the scene would have been disrespectful considering that Zeus talks about an annual god orgy. Yeah, it's a good thing they cut that. In a deleted scene of the film, Zeus was going to make amends with Thor and personally hand him Thunderbolt. No word on why this good character development scene was canned. This scene is on Disney Plus for anyone who's interested. In an original draft of the film, Zeus was never going to be in the movie. Instead, his role was going to be replaced by Satan. I'm personally glad they cut this because, once again, it's kind of disrespectful against Christians. There's a scene where Gore, the God Butcherer, kills Eitri the Giant and the Grand Master. It was even filmed, but it was cut due to time constraints, and Taika Waititi also said that the scene was just stupid. She-Hulk. In the very first draft of the show, the finale never had a She-Hulk breaking the third wall scene. Instead, it was a normal Disney Plus finale where Hulk and Abomination fought, while She-Hulk was going to battle Todd and Titania. Daredevil was also going to team up with She-Hulk and Hulk in this climactic battle. This was cut because the writers believed it was a very generic and boring finale. The origin story episode we see wasn't originally going to take place until an episode before the finale. Kevin Feige didn't like how the series was structured, so they changed the order of the episodes at the very last minute. The Marvel visual effects artists spoke out from this, and they said they were in charge of re-editing the whole thing, even though it wasn't their expertise, so that's why that gets a little messy. Scar was originally going to look more menacing and tough, but that was cut due to unknown reasons. Werewolf by Night. Blade was going to appear, but Mahershala Ali had scheduling conflicts. Black Panther Wakanda Forever. There's a scene where Okoye becomes a wanted Wakanda fugitive. This was cut due to time constraints. Ryan Coogler toyed with the idea of giving Shuri and Namor a romantic relationship. He ultimately decided against it though, as it really didn't do anything for the plot itself. Actress Becky Lynch originally had a mysterious role in the film, but it was cut due to unknown reasons. The very first draft of Black Panther 2 was going to be about the effects the blip had on Wakanda. T'Challa was going to have a hard time readjusting to the world post-blip, and he has a hard time processing everything that happened with Thanos. Things change even more for him when he finds out that Nakia remarried during the blip, although he does find out that Nakia had his kid during the blip, so he becomes more happy once he finds this out. Eventually, T'Challa and his son would have been lost in the jungle sometime throughout the film, and the two would have had to learn how to survive in the wilderness. Ultimately, they encounter Namor throughout their journey, and he would have had been the main villain throughout the whole thing, obviously. This script was canned once Chadwick Boseman died. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. Originally, Hank Pym was going to die sometime throughout the film, but towards the third act, it was going to be revealed that he transferred his consciousness through all the ants. In the original ending of Quantumania, Scott and Hope were going to be stranded in the quantum realm. This scene was changed after the entire script for the movie leaked on Reddit a couple months before the film's release. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. The High Evolutionary was set to have a comic-accurate outfit, but it was cut because James Gunn wanted an actual visible face for the High Evolutionary, like an actual human face, in order to express the actor's acting better. I probably could have worded that better, my bad. There is a deleted scene where Rocket puts the High Evolutionary in prison. James Gunn has confirmed, though, that the High Evolutionary lived following the events of Volume 3, so this deleted scene may still be canon. This scene can be watched on Disney Plus in the extras part of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 if you're interested. There is a deleted scene where Adam Warlock states to his mom that he wants to kill the Guardians of the Galaxy and make love to their dead corpses. Yeah, it's a good thing that was cut. Secret Invasion. Originally, Secret Invasion was going to be a crossover event series. Kevin Feige said this back in summer 2022, 1 year before the show release. Some major sequences featuring many different characters was cut due to budget constraints. This kind of makes sense because the Skrulls CGI takes a lot of money to make. The rumored heroes that were going to appear consisted of Sam Wilson's Captain America, Monica Rambeau, aka Photon, Bucky Barnes, aka Winter Soldier, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, U.S. Agent, and Ant-Man. The original plan for Secret Invasion was to have it be a reoccurring series that expanded to multiple seasons. Feige even planned on greenlighting Season 2 for the finale's post-end credit scene, similar to what Loki did in that series. But this idea was canned once executives and producers realized that Secret Invasion wasn't really on par to the other Disney Plus projects. That is why the Season 1 finale felt so open-ended. Basically, Kevin Feige wanted Secret Invasion to be like the next Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. type show, where it would just kept on getting season after season after season, and fans loved it. Yeah, they didn't turn out so well. Loki Season 2. The opening scene of the series was originally going to begin with the War of the Kangs event that He Who Remains previously mentioned in the finale of Loki Season 1. This was cut due to time and possibly budget constraints. There was going to be a small reference to Deadpool somewhere throughout the series, but it was cut due to unknown reasons. Kid Loki was supposed to appear somewhere throughout the second season of Loki Season 2, but it was cut for unknown reasons. Jack Vale even teased that he was coming back for Season 2, but unfortunately, this never came to fruition. The Marvels. The original title of The Marvels was simply Captain Marvel 2, but due to the Brie Larson hate, Marvel changed the title. During the scene where Carol reignites the light to Hala, there was a different version of that scene filmed where Carol dies recreating the sun. Reportedly, Marvel filmed this because Brie Larson previously talked to Marvel about leaving the MCU. Ultimately, they went with the scene of her surviving, but it's still interesting that they filmed that. There is a ton of deleted scenes that we know nothing about. Originally, the film was longer in terms of duration, but many scenes were cut for reportedly not being up to high standards. That is why this film is one of the shortest MCU films to date. What If Season 2? There was a cut episode that featured a dark storyline surrounding Spider-Man. We don't know what exactly this episode would have been about, but many are saying that it followed a similar story to the Marvel Ruins Spider-Man storyline, where Peter Parker develops a mutant virus and his skin starts to peel, which makes him go insane. Obviously, this whole episode was cut for being too dark. The 1610 episode was originally planned to be the groundwork for a possible Marvel 1610 Disney Plus show. This would have acted similarly to how the Marvel Zombies got an episode in What If, and then a show got greenlit later on for that. So channel update real quick. I apologize for the lack of uploads. I have been so busy lately, but luckily high school is ending soon, so I may have more time to upload. The goal going forward is to release 1 to 2 videos a week. Also, I have had some people comment on other videos asking when the Avengers Secret Wars pre-write is coming. Thank you to everyone who asked that, but unfortunately you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. I appreciate everyone, like I said, who's been asking about that, but I want to take my time with it and make it good. I'm also thinking about rewriting Avengers The Kang Dynasty, aka Avengers 5, just because so much stuff has happened since the upload of that video. Although as of right now though, I would say the Avengers Secret Wars pre-write is coming late July, maybe early August, if all goes smoothly. Lastly, make sure to enter the Funko Pop giveaway, as that is ending soon. All you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe. All in all, that is going to conclude the video for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and let me know which part you didn't like being canceled in the comments below. Have a good one.